Philip gets into the chat, says, two most glaring problems with Clemson's offensive line, though they did play decent today, and that secondary. Good grief. Okay, so he's saying the Clemson offensive line and the secondary are issues. Yeah. Thoughts?
Secondary it goes without saying. Yeah, that was.
No, let's not get into the secondary again. Yeah. We can realize secondary.
That might have been
a problem.
In some ways, that was a worse pass defense performance than the Ohio State game.
For sure.
The Sugar Bowl in 2020.
Yeah, no doubt.
That was arguably worse. But offensive line, no, I thought they played good enough to win. If the defense played half as just like 50% better than they did today, we wouldn't even really be talking about the offensive line. And it wasn't like even in the run game, it was a good rushing output. What was it? We rushed for 170 something yards today, like 4.5 yards per carry.
Hold on one second. Let me.
That should be good enough to win. It wasn't an amazing performance. It wasn't like last year where Clemson ran for 300 yards, but. They played well. I don't think that's
188 yards on 45 attempts.
Yeah. So So it's not a
4.2 yards a carry. So it's not great, but we did well. It was a good rushing.
That should have been enough for you to win the game comfortably. If the defense, made some plays that the plays that they normally do.
Keep in mind we also had 559 yards of total offense.
Right.
So,
So
let's
and the pass protection gets an A. I'd say an A-. And honestly, it's the only really bad. And the one sack we took was because Will Shipley was messed up in pass pro. It wasn't even the offensive line. I think Blake Miller got. I think he got tricked on that one stunt, and he went and double teamed when he shouldn't have on that one play. And there was it allowed pressure to DJ earlier than he needed to. But other than that, I can only think of like a couple of really bad mistakes from the offensive line. The Jordan McFadden false start in overtime, but obviously that didn't end up mattering. They made up for it. I thought the offensive line played more than. I think they get a good grade for today overall.
Right. Absolutely. All right. Jordan gets in, says Miami is riding with Latson today. 5 catches, 11 yards per so far.
Sounds about right.
Hey, shout out to Latson. I'm glad he's unlike some Clemson fans, I'm glad he's doing well. Okay. I really am.
It seems like he's not. Well, it seems like they're throwing it to him, but there's not really much for him to do. 5 catches for 11 yards. That's
no, they said 11 yards per.
Was it 11? 11 yards per?
That's what he said. 11 yards per. So.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not watching the game. So.
I haven't looked at the stats because if that's the case, then good for him.
Yeah, good on him. Hey, good on him. We're as Clemson fans, we're happy this year, right? Hunter GoFro gets in, says, I told them Latson was a bust way back in the offseason. So we'll see. I don't know. Does he have 11 yards total on 5 catches?
He has 65. He's 6 catches for 65 right now.
Okay, so
he's having a good game.
He's doing all right.
Yeah, good. Good. And it's still the first half, so that's good. He's on pace for having the 100.
Hey, go Latson.
Yeah,
way to go,
happy
man.
For him.
Hey, do your thing, dude. Hey, check out North Carolina. Surprise, surprise. They're making no offense look like they have an offense.
And that's what
Shout out Luke Walker.
Shout out to Luke Walker. But no, that's what I feared in this game. I had a feeling that this was the game Notre Dame's offense was going to get right because North Carolina's defense is that bad.
24 points in the first half.
Yeah,
has Notre Dame scored 24 points in a game all season? I don't know.
I think they scored 24 total against Cal last week, so they've already matched that in the first half, and that's their highest point total.
So their highest point total they've met in the first half against North Carolina. I don't know why I don't know why Luke keeps thinking that it's. I don't know. Never mind. Wait, we'll get into Luke Clayton.
And it's not even like fluke plays. Notre Dame has 300 yards of offense in the first. Jesus.
Good God. It's like the Clemson secondary all over again. It's giving me PTSD, man.
Just a little bit more balanced. 7 yards per carry for Notre Dame hasn't been able to run the ball this year, but now
they can run the ball suddenly, somehow. Yeah. Kevin Washington gets in. Hopefully we can see tremendous growth with our DBs moving forward.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mike Reed, Wes Goodwin, Mickey Kahn, they got a lot of work.
Trust in Mike Reed.
Yeah.
Trust in Mickey Kahn. Trust in Wes Goodwin. Good guy.
We have no choice.
I hope. Yeah, like there's no choice. It is what it is this season. I hope they get it together. I mean, that's it. That's all we can do as Clemson fans. We hope that they get better. That's at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know, that's the Clemson secondary that we have. We're injured. We are shorthanded, and hopefully these freshmen can grow up quick if they have to, because it seems that they're going to have to. It seems that they're going to play a lot of significant snaps. So Ricky Cox says Williams needs to start.
Antonio probably. Yeah, honestly, at this point, Antonio Williams does start without officially starting. You see him out there. I think he was out there first play of the game.
Yeah, if Antonio Williams is not starting at this point, he's basically starting. Him and Bo Collins are clearly the best receivers that Clemson has on the roster.
Yeah,
I don't care. Like it's clear at this point. It's Bo Collins, Antonio Williams, Davis Allen, and those are like literally the top three.
And I'll give Ngata credit because he made some good plays.
Ngata's good. Yeah,
and he's played well. Ngata's played well enough that I'm fine with seeing him out there. And you know he made some big catches today. I think the only one he had that I think it was a little post route in the end zone. I think DJ probably could have put that ball in a little bit better, and it got broken up. But that was the only really bad play with. Unsuccessful play with Ngata. So I still want to see Ngata. He's not a liability out there right now.
Yeah,
not having an impact on the game. So
yeah, I think that's good. Well, John Sarin gets in, says, "What's your opinion on the Clemson O-line overall? I thought they got tired fast or something. I don't know if they got tired fast. I think they played decent. I think this is Clemson's offensive line, right? I don't think they're an opposing force at all. I think they're better than last year, but they do need to continue to improve. I think they have improved this season. I think we have an adequate running game, and that's kind of my opinion on the Clemson offensive line so far. What are your thoughts?
Well, yeah, I pretty much said my thought. I mean, I think this offensive line is good and it's capable.
Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah, they're not blowing people off the ball, and maybe that's kind of that's not quite what some people might have hoped, but they're still. I mean, obviously they still have a lot to improve on.
I think any realistic Clemson fan, any realistic Clemson fan would have never thought that Clemson's offensive line would be blowing people off the ball, and if you did, then stop.
But they're in a lot. They're in much better shape than
they're doing fine. They are a serviceable offensive line.
They're giving DJ enough help to DJ and the running backs enough help to make plays.
Hunter GoPro gets in, says Clemson's O-line is great in pass defense, but don't get enough push in the run blocking game. Yep, I think we covered that plenty.
Yeah.
They don't get enough push. I think they'll improve, though. I think they'll improve throughout the year. The O-line needs work. It looks better than last year, and that's a plus. But as long as they keep playing and winning, staying virtually injury-free, it could be something special. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Look, position groups like that get better with reps. Yeah. So Phillip has a point. It will get better with reps. We don't look like a killer offensive line. We're not blowing people off the ball right now, but that doesn't mean at the end of the year that they don't get enough reps together that they can improve and start really producing in the running game, especially when you have the 3 running backs running behind them that they do. So that is yet to be seen. I agree with Philip there. We'll see kind of what happens later on in the season.
Yep.
Let's see. Brendan gets in the chat, says, I think freshman corners are going to end up great because of their experience the next couple years. Yeah.
Well,
if any of us Clemson fans can last through their growth, right?
Yeah. But no, I like this take from Brendan because and that is, the bright side of this is, getting thrown to the fire early. It's in the short term, it sucks, but hopefully they will be better for it, by the end of the year and going into, because, these are the guys that are going to be our starters, next, Wiggins will be a junior next year. Pride and Lucas are freshmen right now. They'll be, they're not eligible. Based on what I've seen from Fred Davis, I would imagine unless he transfers, he's not going to the NFL or he'll be here next year. Who else? Well, we'll see about Malcolm Green. He might have he'll be eligible this year, so I'm interested to see kind of what his draft grade ends up being.
I hope he stays.
I hope he stays too. Kind of like Mario did. Yeah. Because speaking of Mario, man, we missed him because Mario Goodrich had himself a day last year against Wake Forest.
We missed him, man.
Yeah, they put him on A.T. Perry a lot of the day, and he played phenomenal.
He balled out.
They didn't want to throw at Andrew Booth, and so he got tested a bunch, and he played really. That we missed that.
I was low key looking for Pace to have a breakout game this season. Can you remember Pace last year against Wake Forest? He ran for like 200 yards last year.
Yeah, no,
against Wake Forest. He had a game. He had 2 touchdowns, 200 yards. I mean, he was balling out against Wake Forest.
Yeah, but that injury pretty much killed any chance. Like when he.
Yeah, I saw him on the sideline. They tried to tape him up. They brought him back in, but I was like, why is he back in the game?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he was done. And it scared me. I'm glad that he did come back in because that tells me that he's not done for the season. Usually when somebody pulls up on a non-contact injury like that, usually it's not good. Yeah. Usually it's kind of a surgical deal. So I'm glad that he did get back in the game, although he didn't do much.